Good morning from Los Angeles. It's Friday, October 26th. I'm Alyssa Corum here with Ken Shreve, and we have your market update. On today's show, we are taking a look at the post-earnings action for Amazon and Alphabet, weighing on the NASDAQ today, definitely. And we're also taking a look at Chipotle after its earnings report. So looking at the major indexes, the NASDAQ down over 3%, the S&P 500 down 2.3%, in the Dow down 1.7%, all across the board hitting session lows here. The NASDAQ looks like it could be hitting a new low in quite a while here. So is it safe to say that seeing good earnings reports from Amazon and Alphabet would have made a substantial difference here today in the tone we're seeing?
Well, they definitely, both companies definitely set a negative tone for the market. We had pretty bullish gains for the major stock indexes on Wednesday, very strong percentage gains. In the end, it was only the first day of a rally attempt for the NASDAQ and the S&P.
Thursday.
Thursday, excuse me, yeah. And so today we've got weak earnings from Amazon and Alphabet weighing on sentiment, and we are near session lows amid another wave of pretty intense selling.
That's right. And taking a look at the chart of Amazon, we see shares down over 8% in heavy volume today. The gap down puts Amazon shares below that long-term 200-day line for the first time in over 2.5 years. So are we seeing a potential change in leadership here, some sector rotation?
Yeah, well, I mean, leadership clearly is in question at this point when it comes to a lot of leading growth stocks, and the quarter from Amazon was really a bit perplexing. The earnings beat, but the sales were a little bit below expectations. But the biggest concern was the guidance for the holiday quarter, which is typically the fourth quarter is when they generate their most revenue for the holiday season, and it was just kind of sluggish guidance. So and shares are paying a price. You and I were talking, this is the first time Amazon below its 200-day moving average in quite a long time.
That's right, and the stock is now about 20% below its high from just early September, so not too long ago. It's made quite a pullback.
Yeah, its chart looks a lot like many other IBD 50 stocks and sort of these top performing leading growth stocks that have been leading the market for some time. A lot of stocks, they gave up support at their 50-day moving averages many weeks ago, and now many are now below their 200-day lines. So we are in a correction.
That's right, correction mode, definitely. And as you mentioned, Ken, the Amazon revenue guidance, the midpoint there of $69.5 billion was below the estimate for $73.9 billion. And moving on to Google parent Alphabet, those shares are down over 4.5% in heavy volume. Now, this stock is already below its 200-day line, but hitting a low here over 5-month low in the market today.
So it's really kind of a similar story here, an earnings beat, but a sales miss at Alphabet. So you've got two FANG stocks, Amazon and Alphabet, really fueling negative sentiment for the NASDAQ today. We've been in a market correction for a while. It's probably going to take a little while for new leadership to set up, but at some point, new leadership is going to emerge, and we'll see growth stocks start to build the right side of bases amid signs of institutional buying. It clearly is not happening yet as institutions continue to dump stocks. So a lot of people may not be paying attention right now because of the market downtrend, but you do want to constantly keep an eye out for new leadership taking shape.
That's right. And interestingly enough, one analyst cited Amazon as competition for Google, perhaps weighing on the revenue there in the advertising space. Amazon rising in prominence on the digital advertising front.
Yeah, I think we've got a story right on the homepage of investors.com about that very point. So check it out.
That's right. And last but not least, we want to take a look at Chipotle Mexican Grill. That stock up about 3% in heavy volume. Now, even though Chipotle sales missed, we have yet another food scare in the quarter that Chipotle had to deal with. It looks like sentiment is positive here, as Chipotle said that its For Real campaign, which launched in September, has lifted sales.
Yeah. I mean, overall, it was a pretty decent earnings report from Chipotle, and the stock is up nicely. Again, during a time when a lot of stocks are below their 200-day moving averages, Chipotle is finding support here. You mentioned the new ad campaign that's talking about the freshness of the company's ingredients, but mobile ordering is still doing well. Digital sales only makes up about 10-11% of total sales right now, but nonetheless, Chipotle did report its second straight quarter of accelerating sales growth. So there are many believing that a turnaround story is still intact here.
That's right, and as you mentioned, one of the few stocks that is holding above that 200-day line for now, finding support there.
Yeah, kind of an anomaly, but a lot of harsh selling in the market. So be patient, favor cash, and we'll see if Chipotle can stay in rally mode here.
That's right, and for all the latest market news and analysis and a look at those top stock moves of the day, make sure to head to investors.com. And you can also check us out across social media, not only on Facebook and Twitter, but also YouTube and Instagram as well. Thanks for joining us, everyone. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you back here next week.